This is one of the most mind-blowing technologies I've ever seen, and in this video, I'm going to show you how crazy this tool really is, specifically in the context of writing YouTube scripts for credit card content. So for creating YouTube videos, there's actually a process that I go through for each and every one of my videos. It consists of 5 steps: planning, scripting, filming, editing, and uploading. And today, we're just going to focus on scripting. So the reason why I write scripts for my YouTube channel is that it helps me deliver information to you efficiently with less rambling. When I first started to make YouTube videos, I noticed that scripting on a video for me specifically was very helpful because it made the filming process significantly faster. And I'm talking about condensing hours of filming to maybe just like 20 to 30 minutes per video. When I try to speak without a script, it doubles or even triples the amount of time to film a video, and I think, at least for me, scripting is the way to go. It also helps to organize my thoughts better, which is helpful so that I'm not going all over the place, so I can be as clear as possible when talking about credit cards. Now, even though I save time in the filming portion of the video, I actually have to spend time writing the script, and that process takes time. Most of the scripts that I write are about 2,000 words in length, which for my speaking speed and video editing style roughly equates to about 8 to 10 minutes of video. Now, it takes me 2, maybe 3 hours to write a full script, and of course, that not only includes the content, but also where I'm going to place B-roll, do transitions, and do that sort of thing. But recently, I learned that a company named OpenAI released a new AI model called ChatGPT that interacts in a conversational way and can actually write YouTube scripts for you. As of the recording of this video, you can try ChatGPT out for yourself as a free research preview. But there are reports that the company may monetize it at some point, so hopefully by the time that this video comes out, it'll still be around and you can try it out for yourself. Now, I'm not an expert in the AI space by any means, but I can tell you that this technology is pretty remarkable. You can ask it questions or tell it to write things, and it can do so with not perfect, but surprisingly incredible accuracy, to the point where it's almost virtually indistinguishable from an actual human. And this technology has a lot of applications, but in this video, we're going to ask it to write a YouTube script. So I'm going to ask ChatGPT to write a 500-word YouTube script in a chatty tone comparing the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. This AI is going to generate a script, and then I'm going to narrate the script that is 100% generated by this AI word for word with no changes at all. Now, after I do this, I'm going to edit this video so it'll look just like my other credit card videos, with the exception that I'm also going to burn in the captions to the video as well, so you can see the AI text transcript while watching it. A few things. First, see if you can tell if an artificial intelligence wrote the script. I know I told you this up front, but I think it'll help you understand how incredible this technology really is. Second, while watching this video, see if you can detect any errors in the video or if it makes any questionable recommendations. And with that, check out this video as scripted by ChatGPT. Hey there, so you're considering getting a new credit card and you're trying to decide between the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited. No problem, we've got you covered. First off, let's talk about the Freedom Flex. This card is all about earning cash back on your everyday purchases as well as on rotating categories that change every quarter. You can earn a whopping 5% cash back on the first $1,500 in combined purchases in these categories each quarter as long as you remember to activate them. And even if you don't hit that $1,500 limit, you'll still earn 1% cash back on all other purchases. Plus, you get 5% cash back on travel booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, 3% cash back on dining, 3% cash back on drugstore purchases, and 1% cash back on everything else. Now let's move on to the Freedom Unlimited. This card is all about simplicity. They'll earn a flat rate of 1.5% cash back on every single purchase. No need to activate any bonus categories or keep track of rotating ones. And just like the Freedom Flex, you'll also get 5% cash back on travel booked through the Chase Ultimate Rewards portal, as well as 3% cash back on dining and drugstore purchases. So which one should you choose? Well, it really depends on your spending habits and financial goals. If you love earning big bonuses on rotating categories, the Freedom Flex might be the way to go. But if you prefer a simple and easy-to-use credit card that earns a flat rate of cash back on everything you buy, the Freedom Unlimited could be the better choice for you. Another factor to consider is the sign-up bonus. Both cards offer a $200 cashback bonus after you spend $500 in purchases in the first 3 months from account opening. Not too shabby. And let's not forget about the 0% introductory APR on purchases for the first 15 months. This is a great way to save on interest if you're planning a big purchase or need to carry a balance from month to month. Just keep in mind that after the introductory period, the APR will be based on your credit worthiness. So what about fees? Both cards have no annual fee, which is always a plus, and they both have a balance transfer fee of either $5 or 5% of the amount of each transfer, whichever is greater. All things considered, both the Chase Freedom Flex and the Chase Freedom Unlimited are great credit cards with a lot to offer. It really just comes down to your personal preferences and financial goals. So take some time to think about what's most important to you and go from there. So that was a YouTube script as generated by ChatGPT. That was pretty insane, right? When I first saw this, I asked myself, if an AI can write this script this good, why do I even bother anymore? But as I'm sure some of you guys noticed, there are some errors in the script, and so let's cover them. I counted 2 errors and 1 possibly questionable recommendation. The first error is where for the sign-up bonus, it also forgot to mention the 5% cashback you could get from grocery purchases. A subtle error, but pretty important. The next error is where it talked about balance transfer fees and said the card had a balance transfer fee of either $5 or 5% of the amount of each transfer, whichever is greater. And this is true, but there's also an introductory balance transfer fee of $5 or 3%, whichever is greater on transfers made within 60 days of account opening. Again, not the biggest error, but still something that's important to mention. And the questionable recommendation was when it was talking about 0% APR and said that this is a great way to save interest if you need to carry a balance month to month. And we all know here in the credit card community that you really shouldn't carry a balance month to month. It can be okay in certain situations, but ultimately this is not something I would even try to do because then I get used to it and then I think it'd be okay. So now that we know how powerful ChatGPT can be, where do we go from here? Should I stop scripting my YouTube videos? Well, just as we saw, the AI does have flaws and does not make perfect recommendations yet. And this leads me to explain 2 reasons why I'm still going to continue to write my own YouTube scripts. The first is that I have my own personal human experience with using credit cards. That human experience is very difficult to exactly replicate using an artificial intelligence. And so this is how my YouTube videos are unique and will continue to be unique from AI-generated content. Most of my videos on my channel here come from personal experience, and I try to make sure that I not only deliver information about credit cards that can be found anywhere, like as we saw from the AI-generated script, but I also add my own personal take on what that information means. And that only comes from personal experiences of applying, unboxing, and using the exact credit card I'm talking about, as well as from decades of experience. Of course, I also talk about credit cards that I don't have, and that's where the second reason, which is that we as humans have opinions. When talking about a credit card that I don't have, I take my overall credit card experience and use that to come up with what I think is an informative opinion that can hopefully help one of you in seeing if this particular credit card is right for you. If you notice in the AI-generated script, it did offer a very generic and non-specific recommendation at the end, but human opinions tend to be more biased. And whether that's good or bad is a topic for a different video, but to me, these opinions are much more valuable because they're based on experience. This is another reason why I'm sure you've noticed that a lot of my content revolves around what I'm doing with my own credit card setup currently. Because no artificial intelligence or even another human could ever replace that exact experience because it's simply uniquely my own. And just as a small side note, these are actually the most fun videos for me to make because I love talking about credit cards and sharing my personal credit card journey with the rest of you. My hope is that these videos in particular are helpful to you so that you can use my experiences to help you make your own personal decisions when it comes to credit cards. And it's also really great that we have such a strong, positive credit card community where we can all share our own credit card experiences and learn from each other. I think we're all going to have to be very careful moving forward because information out there is going to be increasingly difficult to tell if it's written by an actual human. So I just wanted to make this video because even though the credit card niche is something that's pretty benign compared to other areas of finance on YouTube, it's still going to be affected by new technologies as we move into the future. Anyways, I hope that you found this video informative and eye-opening. And what do you think of all this? Let me know in the comments below, and if you're curious about what's in my wallet for Q1 of 2023, check out this video next.